not Skip Bayless Sports Podcast. I'm your host, not Skip Bayless, and I am joined by my compatriots to my left that no one can see. We got Damian Lillard's estranged son, Russell Westbrook.
Hey, shoes make an outfit.
And I am joined by the probably wanting a new job, Tyreek Hill's PR agent.
I think we just need to be appreciating that even when it comes to ruining your own career, Tyreek Hill is the fastest player in the NFL.
Interesting. We got a lot of topics to talk
Ray
about
Rice
today.
Ray Rice has some beef with that.
No, Ray Rice went back to get her shoes because he knew he'd never hear the end of
it. We're swinging to start. But we got some good topics to talk about today. We're going to start off with the most recent NBA playoffs. That wasn't even our first
Just
topic.
went off script to begin with.
That wasn't our first topic at all.
Remember when I sent you the bullet points of what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Screw it.
Nah. Yeah, I started with N, and then I was like, BA is next. Sure. Actually, we're going to talk about the NFL draft. That's actually going to be our first topic.
I love the niffle.
The niffle, you know,
The niffle.
the not for long league,
The no fun league.
the no fun league.
I did it all for the niffle.
I did it all for the niffle. I'm not trying to chafe my niffles running a marathon.
What?
But I think a bigger story that we can start off talking about. We'll get through because everybody knew Kyler Murray was going to go first, or everyone assumed Kyler Murray was going to go first.
Everyone thought he was going to go first, which is why I thought the Cardinals were smoke screening.
They're going to pick Nick Bosa.
No, yeah, they were going to do something to shake things up, but
Or maybe trade away the pick. But
I think it's hilarious from the Cardinals standpoint that they still thought they could get a first round pick for Josh Rosen. Even after taking Kyler Murray one and then watching the other quarterback needy teams get quarterbacks.
yeah.
Like they
Including one from Duke.
and they thought, oh no. We'll get a first rounder for him.
Yeah.
And then they didn't, because of course they wouldn't. It's a no-brainer deal for the Dolphins. The Dolphins win that trade easily. Josh Rosen doesn't cost that much money. You have a backup. You have a guy who can start in front of him in Ryan Fitzpatrick. Just let it play out, see how it works out.
And you have the man, the myth, the legend, Brock Osweiler.
Is he still on the roster?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty positive he is.
But it's a
have to
low
check.
rent option. They just get to play out his rookie contract. All the guaranteed money the Cardinals paid. So it's like a $6 million deal.
And now that does bring up a topic that I'd like to talk about. And how do we feel about Danielle Jones. Daniel Jones being picked before Dwayne Haskins.
I mean,
Everybody's just getting a female name today.
Dwayne
Haskins.
I know some Danielles. Do you know any Dwaynes?
Do you know any
I can
Dwaynes?
search. Not personally.
let me get on Facebook real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
consult
Is
the Zucks.
there justification for him being even taken in the first round?
Yes.
Daniel or
Yes.
Yes, there's justification for Daniel Jones being a first-round draft pick. And the justification would have been, shit, Dwayne Haskins and Drew Lock are off the board.
Yeah.
Instead,
Yeah.
it was, let's take the guy that looks like he was cast as Eli Manning in the Peyton Manning movie. It's a terrible pick, and it's going to set the Giants back. I don't know what
Peyton really likes him though. Apparently,
I don't care what... Peyton's strength has never been evaluating talented
he's not.
quarterbacks.
He might.
I know they have the Peyton passing camp, but that one's less about the players that have been through it and more about how you don't get drafted unless you've either done that or grew in QB camp.
And then all you need to know is Spider 2 Y Banana.
Exactly.
Spider do
I tell you what, man. We'll get to him shaking things up in the draft too, because I don't know what the. Never mind.
Now, the thing that I perused through the subreddit of the Giants, I actually really kind of want to find that real quick, but I saw people justifying it because they want to trust. They want to trust in their front office.
New Yorkers, the guy just.
And you do if you're a true fan, you want to trust in your front office.
Is this even a New York?
I think you do, but
I don't think that's a New York accent.
The mark of a front office is not outsmarting your.
I don't know, but I'm just rolling with it.
Look, Dave Gettleman outsmarted himself. Okay, this is a pick you make when you think that you know something that literally everyone else doesn't know. And there are very few instances where someone... Like, there's been toss-ups who you take first, which quarterback you take, but there was no one thinking Daniel Jones is the best quarterback in this draft, except for David Gettleman. And if David Gettleman thinks he's the smartest guy on the planet...
Don't you mean Davina?
Everybody's getting going still?
It's going. I started it. I gotta finish it.
That's all I had to say. I think it's a mistake. I think David Gettleman has tied himself to Daniel Jones' success as an NFL quarterback. I don't think it'll work out, and I think he'll be out of a job, both of them. Not inside a year.
Speculation right now is probably that. I agree. But, the justification that I saw were people talking about how his numbers might not look great as far as completions, but the arm strength is there, the accuracy is there. He just never had any receivers.
Right.
And that has to be true. I haven't watched much Duke football.
Sure, but if you're the Giants and your justification on scouting Daniel Jones was he just needs the best weapons, you traded the best weapon. He still doesn't have any receivers. You just extended Sterling Shepard. You haven't leveled the playing field at all. He still went to another team wearing blue that has a shitty receiving corps. If that was your scouting of him, you haven't fixed the problem.
So another thing I want to talk about before we move on to other draft topics is question for you. Over, under, or if at all, is Daniel Jones, what week is Daniel Jones going to start his first game, if at all?
Depends on how Eli plays.
Yeah, if Eli's playing like dog shit, it's New York. They're going to throw him in there. Doesn't matter if he's ready.
So over, under, week 5.
I don't know how Eli's going to come out this year.
Over, under,
he's playing like shit.
I guess question, how many chances does Eli get to get to
First
play
4
like
games.
shit before they pull him?
It's going to be Tampa Bay. It's going to be Tampa Bay. It's going to be
Eli
the
gets
same thing.
4 losses or 1 3-pick game before Daniel Jones is starting.
Yep. It's going to be exactly like it was in Tampa Bay, and I think it's going to trade multiple times through season. I think that Daniel Jones is going to come out and he's going to play like shit.
Daniel Jones comes out on fire.
Yeah. That's the only thing that could change it. Does that happen?
Which won't happen.
You heard it here first.
Probably not first.
Yeah. Probably not first. You heard it here.
What will you gamble, though? What are you willing to bet on this?
I'm not betting anything. It's going to happen. I don't know what else to tell you.
Now, all I know is...
I'll come back on this show and I'll be like, I was wrong about Daniel Jones. And
Full half pint of Rumplemints.
Deal. I'll drink a half pint of Rumplemints in 30 minutes.
All right, deal.
You heard it here first.
If he comes out on fire...
Just free advertisement.
If he throws 3 TDs in his first game, I'll drink a half
I'm sorry,
pint.
Generic peppermint schnapps. 100 proof
in his first
peppermint
start.
schnapps.
All right. Other top 10 notable
Cleveland
picks.
Farrell at 4.
Yeah.
I mean, it went how we thought. Kyler Murray went 1. San Francisco took Bosa at 2. New York could have done a number of things. They went Quinnen Williams. Can't be mad about it. I thought maybe Josh Allen, but Quinnen Williams was a lot of people had him as the number 1 player in this draft. He looks the part.
I honestly don't know much about the tight end.
TJ Hawkinson.
Are you surprised he went so high?
They have a history of taking a tight end in the top 10.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if you've watched any of his tape, but he's probably the best blocking tight end right now.
Yeah.
Like with Gronkowski retired, and he's the most versatile tight end. Like he's an incredible blocker. He's an offensive lineman that can run routes. Like he's awesome.
So moving on to our next topic, we're gonna get into the
NFL playoffs.
Into the NFL playoffs. They're just good now getting into the second round of
the National Flocky League.
The NBA playoffs now getting into their second round. Bucks taking on the Celtics, Raptors taking on the Sixers, and then over in the West, you got Rockets v Warriors part 3? since like in these incarnations of the
Really
teams
part
at least.
two,
Part
I'd call
two.
it. Yeah, last year was part one.
Yeah, and then Nuggets v Blazers.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we can
West
wait
Coast.
we can wait to talk about the second round. We can kind of wait for that for like next week's podcast.
We're
or
not
another
far enough
podcast.
into it yet.
Unless we can just.
I want to talk about it now.
I want cake now.
Give me the game.
We can talk about the first round, which was on the East. It was kind of underwhelming.
What's your biggest disappointment in the first round of the playoffs? I know we're Indiana kids.
It's Indiana.
But even that, I gotta say.
No. We all saw it coming.
The Thunder were the biggest disappointment. They weren't even competitive.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want that series to be about the Thunder experiment not working.
Yeah.
No, because Damian played out of his
Because we
mind.
need to be giving Damian Lillard especially. He got blitzed by the Pelicans in the first round last year, and I don't mean just that they got swept. I mean he got manhandled. They bum rushed every screen and just trapped him, and he melted and didn't handle it well. And he had clearly done his homework because OKC tried the same thing. I'd argue with a better wing defender, though Drew Holiday deserves his credit for last year. But Paul George is phenomenal, and Lillard destroyed them.
The things Lillard was doing.
I mean, it's unreal. And OKC's too talented a team to lose that series, but Portland's got some pieces.
But 4-1?
4-1.
That is very surprising.
That was the biggest disappointment for me because I didn't think that Indiana team could hang with Boston. I thought they'd win a game.
I thought,
but
they could have won a game. They could have won a couple games.
I would have won a couple of them.
They did hang with them.
Yeah.
Like 3 of the 4
sweep?
games were close.
Yeah.
Up until like the last minute, where it proved that
you need a closer.
Indy doesn't have a closer. They don't have that player.
While
that can
Vic
get
is hurt.
While
Vic is hurt.
That can get you a bucket when you need a bucket, and like they were struggling in the fourth quarters of those games. So,
I mean, you have players that even when Vic is in, that he can at least create and make
like,
them a closer.
All the focus is on Vic in
Yeah.
those aspects. So you can just kick it out to Bogey. You can kick it out to then Lance
To the no one
Stevenson
else
or
that
George
can
Hill.
shoot a 3 on this page.
And they have to be contesting you the
Well, I
entire
guess
time
Wesley
because if you
Matthews
give
now,
him
like,
room,
I guess
he'll
we
take
probably-
the shot.
We might not have had Wesley
Right.
Matthews if we had Vic, but
Right. Milwaukee handled business in round 1 like they were supposed to. They destroyed Detroit. You know, Orlando took a game from Toronto, and everyone was ready to call it playoff Kyle Lowry again. But
after he made no points,
scored no points. Scored no points.
one?
DJ Augustine scored 26.
and then everyone cheering in game 2 when he
hit a free throw.
hit a free throw.
Yeah, but Toronto's just so good. Kawhi Leonard is a robot.
What about the? I mean, when we're talking about disappointments, what about the Spurs?
Well, they were playing the 2 seed. Like they were. The
I know,
7.
but they had. I mean, especially in that last game, had a
way,
shot.
Yeah, the way it ended. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, but what is Pop supposed to do other than yell at his players to foul?
Yeah.
What,
Foul him himself.
You want him to run out on the floor?
Is there a rule?
guys.
What happens if a coach does that? What if you pull a Mike Tomlin?
It wasn't a tech for Mike Tomlin. That should have. I think the ref should have called that a touchdown. But we'll go back to that. We can get back to that whenever we want to. But yeah, no, I've always said I didn't understand the DeRozan fit in San Antonio. I don't think he's a Popovich player.
No.
But their offense they called from down the street. They like ISO play.
Yeah.
I didn't love it. I don't understand it at all. Jamal Murray almost hit that 3 on that possession where they should have fouled, and that would have been hilarious. And then they just clearly weren't well coached enough to win this. And Derek White is the only reason this series became a series.
Yeah.
You know, he came out. I don't want to say he came out of nowhere because he was playing well all season with Dejounte Murray hurt, but he's just another Spur guy.
Yeah.
You know, and it's Denver's fault for thinking, we'll hide Jamal Murray on this young kid that no one knows about, and Derek White exposed him a little bit defensively. But Denver's they were too talented. We'll see how they handle Damian Lillard.
Was it a bad shot?
No. He shoots better percentage from that distance than Paul George does on threes the whole year. No, it's not a bad shot. It's a great shot.
Yep.
I like that shot.
Despite what Paul wants to think.
Yeah.
Have you watched Damian Lillard play basketball?
But and like even that much, I don't think that's.
I mean, did you see what Dame said
Bad.
about it?
I don't think that's necessarily like bad defense. I mean, like, what are you gonna do? Play
I thought that was
closer and have him
fairly
beat
good
you?
defense,
Like,
but he definitely gave him.
that's just a shot that you can't do anything about.
Bum rush him at 2.5 seconds. He's
Yeah.
not creating a better shot off the
Yeah.
dribble at 2.5. That was the only thing Paul did wrong.
Yeah.
He can see the other clock.
Yeah.
Once it got down under 3, he should have rushed it.
Yeah.
He didn't. He let Damian set.
Yeah, there's a half step that he definitely gave him that he shouldn't have given
You
him.
shouldn't have given him. But I still think
Because he's swiping at the ball.
Right.
He's not up.
Yeah, I think.
Unless you change
I think
that
the worst
trajectory.
part about that is Paul not realizing the scouting report or at
what
least
Dame's-
the game.
That's what he's gonna do.
Yeah, like that's.
They're at home. He's okay going to overtime.
Yeah.
Like it was a tie game.
Yeah, he's gonna pull up from that range.
He had 47
Yeah.
before he shot it. Yeah, I think he's okay playing a couple more minutes. Like, go get out there.
Yeah.
So his actual response to that too was
Dames?
for him to say that's a bad shot. That's just kind of being a poor sport. If anything, it was bad defense. Maybe he should have just bodied up. So that's completely.
But
your
again,
point.
if you're Damian Lillard, you got to say that because that's what you want in that situation. Is the defender to have to guard you 40 feet from the rim
Yeah.
so you can create. I don't have a problem with his response. I don't even really have a problem with Paul George's response. It's a little gamemanship too. Maybe ask Russell Westbrook why he's jacking threes at the other end in that situation.
I mean, I kind of have a slight problem with Paul George's response, like not giving him credit for like.
Yeah, but it's the reason I don't love them putting mics in the faces of guys right after losing a series like that. Like, let him have a day.
Yeah.
Maybe he says something different. Maybe he doesn't. They're competitive guys. You don't, not everyone's going to be Lou Williams and Patrick Beverley after Durant closed them out. Did you see that interview?
Yeah, I saw it.
Fantastic.
If you haven't check out the interview. Patrick Beverley tries to have some fun with it, and he tries to. But Lou Williams, I give respect to Lou Williams. He was
Promise you, we tried.
Yeah. What do you want us to do? It's Kevin Durant. We're the 8th seed. They didn't say that, but I mean. But yeah, so I mean it was a very pretty, for the most part, a pretty underwhelming first round. But I mean that's what first rounds pretty much are in the NBA.
Lillard was an electric moment, but even if he misses it and they lose that game, they're still winning the series.
Exactly. Yeah.
There wasn't only one series went 7 games, and I still think the better team.
There
won
were
that
only
series.
two wins by the non advancing teams in the Eastern Conference.
Oh yeah.
There's only 2 wins total, but Brooklyn winning 1, and then Orlando winning 1. Detroit getting swept and the Pacers getting swept. So like the East was not really.
It's top heavy. Just
Yeah,
like we all
it's
knew
very
it would
the
be.
top 4 teams in the East are
Right, and
that's it.
It should have been top
It should have
5,
been top
but
5.
the best player on one of
Yeah.
the teams got
Yeah.
hurt. So
Just another quick question, you guys. This is another thing that I'm pulling off of Reddit. It was a big thread. Have the Golden State Warriors gotten worse?
The Golden Warriors.
It's actually how they wrote the
Yeah.
actual topic. That's why it threw me off. But have the Golden State Warriors gotten worse, or has the league just gotten way better?
I don't think they've gotten better.
the league has
gotten better, but
they saw what the Warriors were doing well and they emulated it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot more video substance and planning and adjusting against the Warriors.
The reason the Warriors won 72 games is no one was high volume shooting threes.
Yeah.
Now there's like 4 teams that do it.
Yeah.
At that rate, and Houston does it more than Golden State does. Everyone went, "Oh no, that works," and there's no way to stop it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you can outscore them, you can win, and if you get lucky, and the only weakness in the Warriors' armor, I think, is them getting in each other's heads.
Okay. Valid point.
Who are the Eastern Conference Finals matchups, or Eastern and Western Conference Final matchups? Set them in stone now, and then we'll see how we go from here on. Early
Warriors, Blazers.
Warriors, Blazers.
It's definitely Warriors, Blazers.
Well, I don't want to discount the Nuggets. I like the Nuggets.
I mean, if you look at the game right now, the Nuggets are up by 3, but.
Oh, never mind.
That changes everything.
Nuggets at 8.
Warriors, Blazers. On the other side,
Nugs at 8.
I'm gonna go Bucks, Sixers.
Okay.
And that's not. I'm trying not to be influenced by the fact that Philly just took home court advantage tonight. I still think they're the better team. I think Kawhi Leonard does things to the Sixers.
That's also ignoring the fact that the Celtics are up one game.
The Bucks are down a game. I'm still giving it to the Bucks.
Okay.
Now, Boston's been too inconsistent for me, but if any...
I think they're still one of the most well-coached teams.
Well...
And I feel like I have a little bit of bias, but...
I have faith shaken in Brad Stevens, but... I think Milwaukee wins the series. I'm happy to be proven wrong. Because I don't really have a horse in the fight at this point.
Yeah. Just like to see some good ball.
I'd be happy to see any of the teams left in these playoffs win the championship. So I take that back. I don't want Houston to win. I don't want Houston to win.
I feel that. All right, so you're going Warriors, Blazers, and then Bucks, Sixers. Mr. Westbrook, how are you weighing in on this?
Do I have to answer this in character? Can I just do it in quotes?
In Russell Westbrook quotes?
Are you just going to say shoes make an outfit?
Shoes make an outfit. No, I'm going to say, I say why not to everything. My childhood, I wouldn't say it was bad.
Thank you for the Westbrook quote.
Yeah,
Westbrook quotes.
I mean, it's Warriors. I want it to be the Blazers. I'm gonna pick the Blazers, but the Nuggets definitely, at least in Game 1, are fighting for it. I'll give it to the Raptors. I think that team's too talented. I think that they'll be able to figure it out and be able to pull through that. I think that Joel Embiid, as much as he is a gamer, I think that he hasn't been tested that hard.
He's banged up.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things that can go wrong in Philly rather than go right. And I think it should be Giannis. I think that the Bucks should win this, but I'll give it to the Celtics. I'll be the contrarian. Yeah.
We'll pick the same Western Conference finals and then the exact opposite Eastern Conference. I'm down with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, the East is the one where you're like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. Okay, I like that because mine will be different as well.
Are you going Houston?
I'm going same
with
the West.
Okay.
Warriors, same with the West. Warriors, Blazers.
I'll go Nuggets just so someone picks the Nuggets.
Okay.
Gary Harris.
Exactly though, because I like it's hard for me because I like both teams that are playing right now. The Nuggets, shut up. The Nuggets and the Blazers.
Let's cut.
All right.
Not
We're gonna have to start over with this entire segment. Cut it all. Erase that footage. Okay.
I love
picking up from where we left off from that cut. Excellent editing work. Not Skip Bayless.
I'm a pro.
All right. Ready? In 3,
2, 1. Anyway, I really like Damian Lillard. I like what he stands for. I like how he wants to stick it out with Portland. I like that aspect of his game. I like the way he plays his game. But I also like Gary Harris being an Indiana guy. Gary Harris being from playing here in high school, even though he did demolish my team in the in regionals, no, in sectionals. With a wild half court spinning
with his
offhand. If you haven't seen that video, look up Gary Harris beating North Central High School in sectionals. I was there in the gym when it happened, and it broke my heart. But anyways, I really like Gary Harris. I like Nikola Jokic. I like the Nuggets team. I like Jamal Murray. I like both those teams. I will not be upset either way, but I'm going to go Warriors Blazers. But on the East, I'm going to go Raptors Bucks. I think the claw and
reinforcing that there's just nobody knows what's happening.
I was listening to radio on my way to work this morning, and then someone was like, "Oh, I guess now that Kawhi Leonard is in Toronto, they're calling him the Claw."
Where have you been?
I was like, "What? No,
that's been around.
That's been his
those
thing.
Canadians.
I know they come
their
up with
weird nicknames like hosers
and Raptors
and Shorzy
and poutine.
We the North
with their Canadian bacon.
But yeah,
Canada Gooses.
Canada Gooses.
You don't like Canada Gooses?
If you don't like Kawhi's nickname, the Claw,
you're gonna have a bad time. No, I really
got a problem with the Claw. You got a problem with me, and I suggest you let that one marinate.
Let that one marinate.
I like Toronto.
Must be fucking nice.
Must be fucking nice.
But yeah.
This episode is sponsored by Letterkenny.
But all right, moving on to one of our last topics, something that has been a thing for the past few years, but has really come out into the light more than recently. Tyreek Hill.
I fucking told you. I told you this scumbag should not be in the NFL. It took too long. He made too many Pro Bowls, but it's about goddamn time.
So Tyreek Hill is in the news, not just the sporting news.
He's back in the police report.
Back in the police report. There was an audio file. How was this audio file? Was he?
It's nuts.
All right, tell
how
us.
they got this audio file.
Tell us.
This is a mic they had in an airport.
We have an exclusive with Tyreek Hill's PR agent. Tell us.
Tyreek Hill's PR agent would not talk about how much of an idiot his client was.
No, he would say, "I have no comment, and neither does my client."
And then he would shoot Tyreek a look like, "Don't treat me like your kid. Take your hands off of me." Apparently, trying to cut off the oxygen to his son while he was inside the mother's womb wasn't enough, and once the kid got born, he decided he needed to put his hands on him some more. Basically, they had a mic inside an airport, and they picked up Tyreek Hill talking to his now fiance, where she raised concerns that their son had a broken arm, and it probably happened in a physical altercation. The term physical altercation between the grown-ass man and the 10-year-old, not 10-year-old, but the infant, is insane. And then the kid said something along the lines of, "Daddy hits me." She insinuated that when he cries, Tyreek Hill makes him holds his arms out, and then punches him in the chest to stop him from crying. Tyreek all but confirmed that in the audio. And then she said, "Your son is scared of you." And he said, "Yeah, bitch, and you should be too," which is not a good look. But this has been coming for a long time. He got drafted. The reason he dropped as low as he did was that he has a conviction for choking out that same woman while she was pregnant. This dude should not have been in the league. It's a terrible look for Kansas City coming straight on the heels of this Kareem Hunt stuff.
This is literally like the villain in a teen drama.
Yeah, I mean he's
this is
awful,
the popular
awful
jock
person.
kid who does all the shitty things, and they give him a free pass, and they're like, "Yeah, but he's real good at sports.
He plays a good sports ball.
He's a real good sports ball."
It's ridiculous. I don't care how fast.
It's like Chris Brown dances and sings good, so we don't care if he almost killed Rihanna.
Yeah, and is questionable other things too. Other women.
Oh yeah,
and I'm not gonna say that.
It's just boys being boys.
The horrible thing I was about to do was ask how this affects Patrick Mahomes, but the focus right now should be on that woman and that child.
Yeah.
And not the football side of things. No. Tyreek Hill should not play another down. I don't think he'll play again for the Kansas City Chiefs, but I think he'll get cut, and he'll wait long enough for the public image to die down a little bit, and he'll get signed probably by Cleveland.
Cleveland.
I feel like Oakland fans would accept him with open arms. That's just some bias.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got a feeling if he goes to Oakland, Marshawn Lynch will show back up and just beat his ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which I would be here for.
I'd pay to watch that.
I'd play to watch. But if
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
What
was
is
that Australian? What was that? Was that your Marshawn Lynch accent? Where is he from?
Where do you think he's from? Oakland.
I don't know. I'm just here.
Did you know Oakland's not in Perth?
I'm just here so I won't get fined. Don't ask me why I do the things that I do.
That is Tyreek Hill's legal
That's
defense.
not a contract.
That's all he's got.
That's not a contract. This is a contract.
That's a knife.
He just grabs the mic and goes, "Don't ask me to explain the things that I do. I run a 4.3." And that's it.
All right. Well, there's not much debate there about Tyreek Hill.
I mean, outside of the fact that...
There's no debate. It's outrage.
Yeah.
Do we think he ends up playing again? Yes.
I think so. That's just how...
And he is a better football player right now than either Ray Rice or Kareem Hunt were.
Yeah.
He absolutely changes the way a team plays when he's on their team.
He's too fast.
He's too fast. He's too shifty. He's too good with the ball in his hands. It's just It's such a shame that someone that talented had to be that kind of person.
Yeah.
But it's a bigger shame that we've known this for years. And we went, I'll even have him on my fantasy football team.
Yeah.
I'm not saying...
Well, because you're
being held
as a football team.
We all would have taken him. He was that valuable. But I just...
It's okay. I traded him away. So
I had the first pick and I didn't take him.
There you go. Who'd you take?
What's more important is who did I get? Who did I get later on that made up for it?
You handcuffed him. That's smart.
All right. So
who won that league?
Shut up.
You shut your mouth.
You shut
your whore mouth.
You won it. All right.
Yeah, I'm fine to admit that. I got knocked out in the first round of the playoffs.
Thanks, Adam Thielen, for the first half of the season.
All right, so our last topic that I want to talk about is going to be probably our last topic that we talk about in any of our episodes. It's going to be our hometown hot takes. We are Indiana boys who love us some Colts and Pacers. So we're just going to talk for a little bit about those two things. The Colts just had a really nice draft. Everyone's waiting. I think, yeah.
I felt great about it, and then Mel Kiper said it was the best draft in the league, and now I don't feel great about it. The kind of way you feel when Skip Bayless says he loves your team.
Yeah.
But, look, I was pleased with the draft. I didn't love trading back out of the first round. I thought there was value there, but...
Who would you have liked to take?
There were a couple guys I liked. But to be honest, I thought I could have seen us going Rock Ya-Sin, and then we got him in the second round anyways. I liked Montez Sweat. Dude,
I just like his name. That sounds like something I would make you guys change a name to when you were playing Madden.
I think he's a heck of a player. Kind of like Jeffrey Simmons, too, but he was off the board by that time.
Got a center, got some depth on the line, got a good amount of linebackers, some defense.
Bobby Okereke is obviously going to be a stud. He's a future Hall of Famer. If you watched Pat McAfee announce the draft pick.
Yeah, that's the part I want to talk about.
Can we talk about Pat
stole
McAfee? The draft.
Reggie Wayne stole it, held it for an hour and a half, and then Pat McAfee said, "This is mine now."
Can we say that you could really tell, in Austin especially, can you say that he's definitely working for the WWE at this point pretty heavily?
Yeah.
Well, you can tell there's that promoter.
Contract.
Yeah. He's already done. He's called a couple, hasn't he?
He's been a guest ringside announcer, but he's signed to do it for real now.
Yeah.
He'll
And you
probably
can
end
tell.
up in the ring at some point. Like, the dude is a personality.
We'll be back sometime next week with probably talk some more round 2 NBA playoffs basketball. We'll see what else we can talk about. Maybe some more off-season moves.
The NBA playoff basketball, not the NBA playoff soccer.
You know.
Don't confuse it with the National Badminton Association.
Also the National Flocky League.
We could talk about some hockey, but we don't do that hockey.
Or, baseball.
Or baseball. Zach is our resident baseball correspondent.
I haven't been watching any baseball.
But he hasn't been watching any baseball, so we're just
I
going
haven't had time to watch any baseball.
Shout out to Tiger Woods for the culture. Do it.
Yeah, I forgot that happened.
Yeah. Thank you all for listening. We should be back next week at some point. I'm your host, not Skip Bayless. I'm Austin. This is Zach. We got Hamilton. I know we're just 3 dudes that like to talk sports. We don't always know what we're talking about. We like to think we know what we're talking about, but we're not geniuses. We don't get paid to do this. We just like to talk sports. We like to talk sports. We love to talk sports.
And we don't
You know
care
what else
who
we
knows.
love?
Is this a song?
We like sports, and we don't care who knows. That also got to an accent. Me and my accents today. I don't know where I'm going with them. Is this a New Yorker accent? No. No, I know it's not New Yorker.
New Yorker? Is that from Star Trek alien?
That's when you're from New Yorker.
You know those Yorkians? No, that's a Kevorkian. What's that? Is that from Men in Black?
What are you
talking about? Jack Kevorkian?
Is that a person?
That's the guy who, he was the one that was like, he did assisted suicides. Jack Kevorkian.
That guy.
He was the Doctor of Death.
Good, nice. Good job, Zach.
I don't know why you're referencing Dr. Jack Kevorkian. And I think he was also talking about Balchinians from Men in Black. He tried to make that connection.
Jay, he's a Balchinian. But let's all rejoice in the fact that even though we're all biased and we love sports and we know what we're talking about, we're not Skip Bayless.
I was supposed to talk.